because you're when we speak with our whole body. Well, and oftentimes we'll say something and we don't really know what our face is looking like, right? Because you can say a lot just with an emotion or an expression from your face. I used to practice this probably 20 years ago. This is honest to God truth. I practiced for years. When I got up in the morning, before I shaved, I looked in the mirror and I started talking. I wanted to see what my face was looking like, depending on what I was saying, right? Because there's a subconscious movement and you've got a 50, 60 little small muscles in your face, right? So your facial expressions also emote an expression as well.
Mm.
All right. So we got to practice that. And everything you need to know about how to do that and exercises to get better at that. And then, of course, there's always self-evaluation. Now, that's one of the things I do whenever I give a talk and they're recording it. Maybe in a couple of days later, they send me the recording. I watch it. I'm not trying to relearn my own content. I'm just trying, did I say that right? Did I have the right expression on my face? Did I make the right emphasis? Was the tone right for the sentence that I just said, right? It's just practice, practice, practice. And when I first started doing it, I was really surprised by how I looked. In other words, my look was incongruent with my words.
Wow. Wow.
Right. So this is a subtlety and it's nuanced, but it's powerful.
Wow. That's
Um, and
uh,
and what I this lesson was really brought home to me long ago. I met Bill Clinton at some event that I just happened to go to, and I only had 2 minutes with him. It was one of the most memorable and remarkable 2 minutes of my life. Here's the leader of the free world, and we're shaking hands. And of course, I didn't know whether to shit or go blind, so I'm just start, reeling off some bullshit. And he's looking at me like he's into me like I'm the only freaking person on this 300 person line that he has
wow.
to shake hands with. He's in to me in that moment. And that was a huge lesson.
Mm.
Huge lesson. And so it's a lesson that we have to learn or get better at. There are many that know it in the culture and are very, very successful because of how they comport themselves, their language skills. Obviously, they have the knowledge base on whatever it is that they're selling or talking about. But it's comportment, it's emotional intelligence. And you said it earlier. This is one of the reasons we fight each other. The way we disagree with each other, you end up hating the person. It doesn't have to be that way. It's language, and it's how you control this body, face, eyes, and the words that come out of your mouth.
Mm.
Very, very, very important. People call me a wordsmith. I don't know if I'm trying to be a wordsmith, right? But maybe I am. I'm careful with what I say. Now, I have said things that have devastated people, and I have regretted it. I did not intend that. All right. It was misspoken. It was not my intention. And people have said things to me that have devastated me in the quiet of my own self. But it's not what they said, it's how they said it.
Mm.
Words that they chose. So we have to be careful of our words and how we comport ourselves. And you're not going to stay with a partner, whether it's a business partner or a life partner, if you don't control what comes out of your mouth and how you express it, the tone of it. Now, it
Mm.
doesn't mean that the tone doesn't go up and down.